Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by in today's new GTA 5 Online video. Of course, tomorrow is Wednesday, which means Rockstar will be previewing to players the new GTA Online Update Week news information to us early. Of course, Thursday morning I come out with the weekly update guide, but on Tuesdays I like to give you guys a refresher and a reminder of the past week here in GTA in case you guys have taken a break, you're getting back into it and you don't want to miss out on some things, or if you're just kind of getting into the game and you heard about these weekly updates, or just for players, even if you've been playing, you want a quick reminder and a refresher so you don't miss out on anything, because we have some limited time free rewards you can take advantage of, some limited time rare and removed vehicles that are featured back to the game, some really good money bonuses, really solid vehicle discounts, a bunch of which continued from the previous week and they are repeating this week, but you don't want to miss out on those because they're on some of the most expensive purchases and vehicles that you can get here in GTA. We have lots to talk about, so let's jump in. For some of the free rewards you can get this week, we're going to talk about a few of them. Let's chat about the Oktoberfest rewards. These started basically this past week here in GTA, but just log in and you'll unlock this Alpine outfit, which you could see featured right here. There's also some other rewards starting on the 24th of September until October the 8th, where you can get red and black Pisswasser t-shirts, as well as a limited time livery for the Eberhard Titan 250D aircraft, as well as the Pisswasser festive beer hat in the game. But talking about another free reward, for players who already own a Classy Park Ranger, you're probably fine, but if you haven't owned one yet and you want to unlock the Winter Park Ranger outfit with a tie, you can purchase the Classy Park Ranger emergency class vehicle on either PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, or PC Enhanced, and you'll get the Winter Park Ranger outfit. Basically the same as the Summer Park Ranger, just like the Summer LSPD officer outfit compared to the Winter one, but the Winter ones have the tie, the Summer ones don't. Just as a quick reminder of our weekly update bonuses, of course, the newer one for this week, because we did have a continuing one for last week that I know players are taking advantage of, but the main one that Rockstar just featured for this week, besides that one, was the bail office bounties being double money and double RP, or if you have GTA Plus, 4 times money. So that means with double money, you're making $250,000 on average with these most wanted targets. The red ones you can do once every calendar day in GTA Online. And then of course with quadruple money, 4x money, you're making basically a little bit over 500k most of the time with a lot of these most wanted targets. 4 times money with GTA Plus. Of course, with the standard ones, these normally pay out between 30 and 40k. So with double money, you're making between $60,000 and $80,000. And then with quadruple money on these, you're making between $120,000 and $160,000, which is just absolutely ridiculous when it comes to these. Of course, these have an hour cooldown. These have a full day cooldown, or basically not a full day, but once every calendar day, of course. And of course, we also have the continuing opportunity for double money and double RP on dispatch work. So instead of the usual 25k, you're making 50k, or 4 times money with GTA Plus, 100k per dispatch work. Pursuit series is double money. Hunting pack is double money. Wildlife photography is still 2 times money in RP, or 4x money for GTA Plus for the rest of the week, and triple money and RP in the community race series. Now, the weekly challenge as well for this week, just completing a total of 3 dispatch work missions, you will be rewarded with the Winter LSPD officer tie outfit, as well as $100,000 right there. So it's basically the same one that we got. That's the Summer LSPD officer outfit, but this one comes with a tie, and so you look a little bit more official right there. But same weekly challenge of just 3 dispatch work. You can get that done in 15 minutes or less. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, ladies and gentlemen, your podium vehicle that you absolutely have to try and win and unlock this week is the Albany VSTR. This is the vehicle that you guys saw in yesterday's free DLC vehicles guide, but also at the beginning of today's video in the intro. This car rocks. You get great acceleration, strong rear wheel drive launch. It's great for cop chases, money grinding, races as well. I'd say the handling is pretty nice. Responsive steering, it feels a bit heavy in the corners. Top speed's just fine, especially for sedans. It's not record setting, but it still feels fast to actually drive. Average durability, I feel like this thing should have a little bit better of crash deformation without armor upgrades than it does. It's not really built for heavy combat, but it's still, you know, a bulky vehicle. You could feel it when you're driving around the track. There's a lot of weight distribution going from front to back, left to right when you take turns, things like that. Customization options are really nice. Doesn't have any Amani tech or armor or anything like that besides the normal armor upgrades, but what I mean is like the Amani tech armor plating or anything like that. But it's still a strong choice from a pure performance perspective, and I would love to win another. So let's spin the lucky wheel, see if we can grab it. Of course, since it's on the podium, you can see I haven't unlocked it for this week, but can we get lucky today? We will just have to see. I've been getting lucky recently. Looks like we're not going to get it today. 10,000 chips, 20,000. I'll take the $20,000. Your LS Car Meet prize ride vehicle for the remainder of this week is the Obey Tailgater S. And if you guys are watching this on Tuesday, of course, if you're watching on a Wednesday, then you just won't have time to complete this. But if you are watching on Tuesday, you have just enough time Tuesday, Wednesday, and a couple hours early Thursday morning if you guys are in the US before 4 a.m. Central Time, before the new weekly update goes live, because the prize ride challenge date actually like resets, you know, that each day that you can complete it resets at about 2 a.m. Eastern, so 1 a.m. Central. That gives you about 3 hours right before the new weekly event to get that final day in if you just need to edge it out just barely right there. But the Obey Tailgater S is really good. To win this, you need to win a total of 3 LS Car Meet Series races, but you need to win 1 for 3 days in a row. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and early Thursday morning. With this car, you get pretty nice traction. It's all-wheel drive. It's nice and stable. Top speed's good. No complaints there. Really good predictable handling. I reviewed this yesterday along with the Podium vehicle. I would say acceleration isn't the absolute fastest, but it's still fine. Good enough braking. A little bit of understeer. Very durable in crashes, but the customization on this car is awesome. You have to see if you can unlock it for yourself. When it comes to the discounts reminder segment in today's video, we have some different discounts for this specific week here in GTA we're going to talk about first, and then we have some continuing ones from the previous week, which have lasted through this week as well, and they'll also be disappearing. So I'll talk about those at the end because you're probably already familiar. It's all of the law enforcement and police vehicles. But first for this week, 25% off the Eberhard Titan 250D for $2,739,375. On Legendary Motorsport, you can also take advantage of the Fisser Kama Safari. This is 30% off. You can get it for $497,000. Next up, the Nagasaki Strider. You can get this for 30% off or $469,000 or even as low as $351,750 with the trade price. On Southern San Andreas Super Autos, you can get the Vapid Slam Truck for 30% off or $917,000. Same with the Declassy Hot Ring Saber. This is a $581,000 vehicle after the 30% discount, or get it as low as $435,750 with the trade price. All body armor is also going to be 30% off. And then now let's move on to the other discounts, all of those police vehicles. So that would of course be 15% off the Western police bike here for $3.1 million. We have the Coquette D10 Pursuit. This is a police car you can get for 25% off or $3.161 million. The Willard Outreach Faction is 25% off. You can get it for $3.1 million or $2.334 million with the trade price. Cara Pursuit, $3 million sale price. You can get this vehicle for 25% off. The Dominator FX Interceptors, 35% off, $2.4 million. Impaler LX Cruiser, 35% off, $2.34 million. And the Terminus Patrol is also a vehicle that's 25% off for $2.882 million this week. Next up, the Greenwood Cruiser from Bravado is 35% off for $2.393 million. The Dorado Cruiser is 35% off for $2.439 million. The Impaler SZ Cruiser is 35% off for $2.3 million. And the Gauntlet Interceptor is $2.642 million at 35% off for this week in GTA. We have two more police cars, the Unmarked Cruiser from Stanier as well as the Stanier LE Cruiser. This is $2.286 million at 35% off, and the Unmarked Cruiser is also a vehicle that's $1.9 million at 35% off for this week. At the salvage yard this week, don't forget about these vehicle robberies. If you do want to make some money with the salvage yard, of course, these are available through September the 24th. So the top range vehicle for this week is the Anas Stafford, featured in the cargo ship robbery. The Benefactor Sterling GT is this week's mid-range vehicle, featured in the McToney robbery. And then the Dinka Conjo SJ is this week's standard range vehicle, featured in the Duggan robbery. I need to get these done for the week, so if you would like to see me complete all three of these in a row and basically min-max the salvage yard for a day before we get some new cars next week, of course, check out my Twitch live stream. The test drive vehicles at the LS Car Meet this week are interesting because two of them are bikes, but nonetheless, they're still pretty good. First, we'll talk about this one. You could probably guess. It's the Western Wolfsbane. Top speed wise, just a very average bike, but it's like the pinnacle bike just in terms of like staple performance when it comes to handling. I'd say you get nice acceleration, excellent handling, You can maintain really good control if you want to take this thing off-road. Obviously, it's not a dirt bike, but it can function like one if you put it in that position. The only real downside is if you're going really slow, it has a bad turning radius, but that's it. If you do want to purchase it yourself, $95,000 is the cost to you. Next up, this is the LCC Innovation. Obviously, this thing was a piece of garbage in GTA 4, but in GTA 5, it's a lot better. You get tighter handling, more responsive braking, enhanced acceleration. Top speed is 110 miles an hour, which for, you know, a cruising type of chopper in this game is not bad at all. It's based on the Harley-Davidson Breakout as well as Billy Lane choppers, and you get a nice classic aesthetic with this bike with some obviously good performance features as well. Not bad by any means. $92,500 purchase price. Then we have the Vapid Retinue. Top speed's good. Handling's good. Off-road terrain handling's also really good. It's lightweight, nice and balanced. The cool thing about this car is the retro styling that it has. It complements the performance really well because it's not super unique performance-wise. It's just, you know, it's there, it's good. I have nothing bad to say about it, right? I guess the only thing, if I really want to be nitpicky, is you can flip over on some uneven surfaces with this car. So just be careful going over curbs, taking a corner really sharply, because that may cause you to flip over. For some reason, this car has a really high center of gravity, and the purchase price is $615,000. When it comes to the Simeon's vehicles that you could take advantage of at Premium Deluxe Motorsport, car dealership, and in-game vendor for the rest of this week, we just have like an interesting set of opportunities here. So we'll start off, we went left to right on the weekly update guide last week, but for this reminder video, we'll go right to left. So the Hijack Rustin, it's styled after the Vol 05, and with this car, you get really fast acceleration. It's pretty agile, you could see it here. It looks super lightweight and nimble, and even though it looks like it'll crumple up like a piece of tinfoil if you crash, it's actually pretty resilient, despite it being lightweight. Honestly, I have a lot of good things to say about this besides the traction. Unfortunately, even if it's lightweight and agile, it just doesn't have the best grip. And also the other downside is the open cabin design. You're just going to get headshotted in a public lobby really easily. But if you do want to pick this up, it's a cool car, fun car to drive. $437,000. Won't break the bank. Next up, this is the Invitero Coquette Blackfin, very similar to the Coquette D1 that released with the Bottom Dollar Bounties DLC. Obviously, it's basically based off the same car. It's like a 1956 or 1957 or even 1961 and 1962 Chevrolet Corvette. You get some Nash Healey vibes or even the Austin Healey 3000, but I like this one better compared to the D1. You get really good acceleration and top speed with this car right here. Handling that's going to be better than a lot of other muscle cars in the game. It's not the fastest muscle car, but it's still good enough for taking sharp corners and good enough on races with lots of turns as well. Great exhaust note and engine sound, and it looks great as well. You know, just a personal preference of mine, a little nitpick. I like it. $695,000 purchase price. Now we'll move on. This is the Dundreary Landstalker XL, based on the Lincoln Navigator. Obviously, you can see this is a massive SUV in the game. Performance is just going to be moderate here, but nonetheless, you get excellent off-road capability if you do want to take it off-road. You get great damage resilience, and despite this thing, I mean, look how long the wheelbase is, look how long the vehicle is. You think this thing can't turn to save your life, but guess what? You actually, I don't want to say you can turn on a dime, but for an SUV this big, it feels like you are. The turning radius on this car is amazing, very maneuverable. It's not a super affordable car for its price. I mean, $1,239,380, but if you do want to pick it up, I mean, it looks well as like a mafia vehicle, goes well in your SUV garage. Then we'll move on. This is the Dinka Veris, probably the most unique choice this week. It's the heaviest ATV in the game. Acceleration just average, good enough turning radius. You do need bulletproof tires on here. Not a top choice for racing or anything like that. Pretty good durability, but here is why I said it's the most unique option for the week. You can actually get a traction improvement by adding a saddlebag to this vehicle, and the saddlebag that you can add on the back is a spoiler upgrade, so that's going to give you more downforce, and that's what contributes to that traction improvement. Pretty humorous in my opinion. Nonetheless, if you do want to pick up the Dinka Veris, $233,900 this week. And then we'll move on, the Volcar Warner. Pretty good acceleration in my opinion. For the sedans category and class, pretty high top speed as well. You do have to be careful with the handling because this thing has a ton of torque, so that could lead you to spinning out. It's pretty responsive, it's got good braking, it's quick to stop, it's lightweight, just has bad crash deformation. Durability is a big concern of mine with this car, but that's really the only way for me to deduct points from it. Otherwise, I think it's just fine for the type of vehicle it is, especially at a purchase price of $120,000. And when it comes to the gun van stock and selection, let's check it out because we have some good opportunities. Starting off, the baseball bat is featured here. This is a free item that you can get from the gun van this week. We also have the knife. The stun gun is another free item. This is definitely something you need for the bail office and completing the bounties, whether they're the standard free roam or of course the most wanted targets. So make sure you pick this up. This is awesome that it's free for the week. The combat shotgun is 40% off right here. The railgun is going to be 40% off for GTA Plus members, but the railgun's worth it at full price anyway. If you don't have GTA Plus, just buy it. This is an extremely important weapon. Stun gun is good for securing bounty targets. The railgun's good for taking down aircraft, pursuing aircraft, stuff like that. If you don't have the, you know, explosive rounds in your heavy sniper Mark II. We also have the heavy rifle featured here, the compact grenade launcher, the pump shotgun, as well as the switchblade. I haven't seen this many weapons featured at the gun van in a while. This is a lot. We're going to be wrapping everything up right here, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure, if you guys did go on to enjoy it, of course, make sure to drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want to see more GTA Online content just like this. Feel free to check me out on other social media platforms linked down in the description below, like Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/HazardOusHDTV for more GTA Online live streams. It is the GTA 6 waiting room over there. Of course, feel free to tune in tomorrow for the new GTA Online weekly updates, news, and information that Rockstar previews to us early. I will see you guys then at about, you know, probably 3:30 or so Central Time. That's usually about the time I can bring the video online, because we get the news at about 2:30 or so Central Time as well, unless Rockstar's pretty late on disseminating that news and information and sending it out to players early. So, with that being said, have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios, amigos.